Hi everyone. It seems today I'm the first person here. Let me hope the rest are going to join us. I can see already there are 4 people. Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Remember to tell us where you're watching us from. Interact with me as much as you can. If you have any questions, remember the floor is open. I am always more than willing to answer any question. Where are people today? Or is it because it's on a Monday? Sometimes Mondays are very slow for most people. There are 5 of us. Guys, there are 12 of us. Guys, can you tell us where you're watching us from today? Hi, Mercy. How are you? If I'm not wrong, I think this is Mercy or Joe. Maybe I am wrong. I could be wrong. I could be right. Um, Mercy from Nigeria. Hi, my queen. Welcome to my first live. I've not seen you here before, but I remember sometimes back last year you've been watching a lot of my videos. I remember I owe you a CV review, which I'm going to work on very soon and send it back to you. Hi Ray. Ray, I missed you yesterday. Where were you yesterday? Safe Alive and Save Lives UK. You're welcome. Hi Violet. Hi Assam. Yes, Mercy, I am right. Yes. Hi Violet. How are you? Guys, what do you think we are talking about today? What do you think you're talking about today? What do you think you want to see soon? What pathways are you looking for? What kind of jobs are you guys looking for? It is very good when you give me suggestions of what you want me to share with you, because mostly it will really go a long way for people who are looking for those kind of jobs. We are 22. Guys, introduce yourselves. Tell us where you're watching us from. It is good. Remember, if you have any question, my email address is always open. Jocelyn at careercoaching dot at gmail.com. Masilema Ikai, you're welcome from Kenya. Malkia, you're welcome. You're welcome. May Queen, I have a very happy. I am okay. I am okay. I have quite very good memory. I remember a lot. Pamela from South Africa, how are you doing? Today, I don't know where people have disappeared to. I think it's on a Monday. And I want to share with you a very good pathway that will uh, help you to move to this country without even having a job offer. And I thought it would have benefited a lot of people, because sometimes I know it can be very hard when you're looking for jobs from this country. Conrad, why can't you reach me on my email? My email is always open, unless if you have the wrong email. Unless if you're typing the wrong email, my email is always open, very open. And people who have previously had my personal email address, if you send any question there, I will always answer it with this one, because this is my official work email address. We have 1 minute to start. I'll be starting exactly in 1 minute. Whoever will be coming late, they'll find us moving on. Zatu from South Africa, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Assam, that is my email address, jocelyncareercoaching@gmail.com. Remember, guys, I offer different paid services upfront. It is very good for me to be straightforward. Different paid services, one-on-one session, CV review, personalized job application. I help people to apply for job seeker visas. I also help people apply for the Finland vocational schools, all those services. I have 2 ebooks, that one I've written about caregiver opportunities in USA, another one that gives you the basic techniques of everything that you require for you to be able to secure jobs abroad. um those Everything I'm talking about and all the services I offer, you will always find them on the description box of all my videos. I am 3 days old. Yeah. Yes, Violet, you actually three old. Yeah, 3 days old. Yeah. Akinyi, first time. Yeah, Akinyi, I know is from Kenya. You're welcome. Guys, I want us to today to talk about another country in Europe. Yesterday we were looking about at opportunities in Europe at Malta, and they were very good opportunities because it was a pathway for you to be able to move under the hospitality industry. Today I also want us to look at something else. Remember, I have shared here before. Hi, Mildred, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. From the group of Sharing is Caring, you're welcome. Anyone who is coming to this platform and has come from the Sharing and Caring community, you're very, very, very welcome. Let me say that before I continue. So I want us to start. The rest, when we come, they come. I'll be filling them in. Um, as always, Aman, I am okay. Jinika, how are you doing from Saudi Arabia? Guys, remember I've said if you want to book any of my services, you can do so. They're always linked on the description box of every video. If you want to ask me any question, always my email address, jocelyncareercoaching@gmail.com is open. And I've also shared, I know not everyone will always afford to pay for my paid services, and it is okay. What I advise you to do is please be joining my lives, because I know most of the times I drop 2 videos every day. That is, I have a video that drops 12 each and every day, and now we have these lives that we are doing. UK time is 4 p.m., 5 p.m., depending on where you are. So it could be anywhere in Kenya, Nigeria, could be 5 p.m. or 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Okay. So the reason why I'd advise most of you to always be joining my live is because lives are they get more into details, because these are like 30-minute long videos. I'll be getting more into details with you. I'm explaining to you where to get these websites. And also I'm also, if you've been here for the last 1 week, you've seen me sharing my screen and showing you some of these websites. If you compare my lives and the videos, you'll realize the videos I post mostly every day at 8 minutes long, they are not that detailed. So if you know you cannot afford my services and you're really focused on relocating and securing jobs abroad, my lives will really, really help you. That way you'll be able to get each and everything that I am always sharing. Philip Kemani, welcome. Today you are a bit late, but not very late. When we are talking about everything, when I'm talking about all the websites, please be writing them down and also be screenshotting, so that after the live you can go through those websites. Reason, because once I have gone live, I am not able to put the links of the websites, for example, or the companies I'm talking about, and that is a YouTube setting. It has nothing to do with me. So whether you book a service with me or not, do not be discouraged. If you're determinant, if you're very determined, and follow some of these things that I share here with you, and apply to as many jobs as possible. You can edit your CV in a lot of places. There are some websites that are very free. I think after maybe 2 days or 3 days after this, I'll do a very detailed video with you guys and share with you how you can work on your CVs, because I know not all of you will always afford these services. And also, please watch other YouTubers who are doing these kind of things that I'm doing. That way, at least you have different information from different people. That way, you are able to have a lot of opportunities and be able to apply to as many jobs. I am advocating for you to watch from different people, because maybe what I offer and the explanations I give are not quite elaborate compared to other people. So please, guys, always be attentive when I'm sharing with you, because when you come and tell me to attach the links or the websites on the live after we have finished the live, it is impossible. Screenshot, write down, and when I have to share the screen with you, just please be able to conceptualize and understand everything, and it will go a long, long way. If you have any question, any burning question, my email address is always open. And please do not shy away. I try my best to help people on my email address to the extent that I can. I will not go to the full bling, because some of these things that you guys always ask are very it is information I've accumulated for quite a long time, and that is why to some extent some of this information I ask people to pay for it. But on your own, you can be able to apply for these jobs. Before we continue, Jinika, how can I make my payment for my preferred service? As I have said, on the description box of all my videos, you'll find all the services I offer. CV review, one-on-one sessions. I help people in jobs application. There's level 1, there's level 2, there's level 3 job application. I help people apply for the job seeker visa and visitor visa to Lithuania, to Portugal. I help people apply for vocational schools in Finland. With all that, you'll find each and everything on the description box of all my video. Jane Kamau, welcome. Amos Morevi, hi my daddy. Amos is like my daddy. When I call Amos daddy, no one should think he's my daddy, but he's my daddy by respect. Hi Amos, how are you? Josephine Ikonge, welcome. And I think Josephine is now my follower here. She's like my sister. Teresia from Kenya, welcome. Liz Chinanu. Liz is another one who has been here for quite a while. Wonekai is also another one. You're welcome from South Africa. Liz, Liz, I emailed you how to finish up the payment, but you did not respond. After this, you can talk to me on my email, and I'll be able to tell you how you can finish up the payment. I can share with you the whole process for you to be able to finish up. Let us delve into what I want to talk about, because I never want to waste your people's time. I know people are busy, people are homemakers, and people want to rest now that we have left our work. So I know it is very difficult for mostly to find jobs in or out of the African countries, or where you're watching us, whether you're watching us from Asia or Africa. Sometimes securing jobs abroad from your home country can be very, very hectic. Hence why some of these countries are very open to allow people to get different type of visas to move to their countries to look for employment in their countries. A few days ago, I talked about the Portugal job seeker visa that I help people do apply, and that kind of visa helps you to move to Portugal without work to apply. There's countries that also allow you to move to those countries. A country like Austria, not Australia, Austria in Europe, allows you also to move with a visitor visa while you look for work. And today I want to introduce to you also another country that will help you to move to this country with a type of visa called the Type D visa and the Type A visa to seek employment while you're in this country. Definitely, I'll be telling you the minimum wages in this country. I'll be telling you the very in high demand professions or industry in this country. And I will also be telling you what websites you can get jobs in this country. Remember, if you want any further details, my email address is open. So I want us to talk about Lithuania. And I do not want anyone to run, because some of us, we are known for running when we do not hear of opportunities in USA, in Canada, in UK. I want you guys to listen, because I said I want to share with you guys information so that you may at least have 3 or 4 countries that you're looking to for jobs. Whatever materializes first, I would advise you to go there and move fast. That way, at least while you're looking for opportunities to greener pastures, you are at least out of your home country. I want us to recognize that we come from a continent that it is not very forgiving in terms of job opportunities. Most of us went to school and we are still unemployed. Most of us have our degrees or our masters, and we are not even getting good or decent jobs. Some people end up tamaking and doing sales job. I have been there before. I have been a sales girl. I know how demoralizing that can be when you went to school, when your parents toiled to give you the best they can in terms of education. And this is what I advise most people I interact with in terms of job search. Please, guys, have, as much as you have very high expectations, also whatever you get first, move there. While you're there, you will figure out a way. And then I also shared something here, and I'll be sharing it a lot of times. If you ever get a stepping stone to move anywhere to Europe, mostly these tiny or smaller countries in Europe, please go there first, because it will be very easier to move to a country like Lithuania. Then from Lithuania, you can move to countries like Germany, like UK, and everything else big around Europe. If you compare moving from a country to in Europe to another country, it is easier than from moving to a country in Africa to move to maybe Germany or Canada or US. It is very good to manage your expectations and to be very open-minded. Another thing I want us to look at, or you have to figure things from the perspective of, even if you stayed back home and you're not getting any pay, or you're getting very small or peanuts pay, and you went to a country that it is not very well known, at the end of the day you're making your money. The goal is to make money. It does not matter actually which country you'll move to. There are people who are living in Austria, there are people who are living in Luxembourg, there are people who are living in Lithuania, and they are making good pay. Poland is known to some extent not having very good pay, and so is Lithuania, as much as I want to share it with you. But guess what? People are making their money, and there are people who are making a lot of money in these tiny countries, whereas there are a lot other people who are living in UK, who are living in Canada, who are living in Australia, and they are not making the same money. What goes down to each and everything in life is how you plan yourself. That is where you'll find there are people who are earning way lesser than you, and they have families, and they'll be able to manage their families well and manage finances. What boils down, or everything boils down to how you manage your money and the kind of life, or the standard kind of life you're living. So I want to share with you Lithuania. Lithuania is not very well known, unless if maybe you have done your geography and you know the ins and out of Europe. Lithuania is not very well known, and the reason is because definitely there are a lot of countries in Europe that outshine each other, and Lithuania also, the wages, as I said, they are quite lower when you compare to other countries in Europe. But that does not mean that there are no opportunities in Lithuania. Lithuania has a lot of opportunities in terms of jobs, and also they are very, very welcoming. And I want us to go through what kind of jobs are available in Lithuania, and what kind of visas is the type D visa and the type A visa, and I'll be giving you the requirements of what you require for both. I love it when a country is saying that you can come to our country and look for work while you're in this country. Okay, in Lithuania, you're going to need, or the jobs that are in very high demand are mail carriers. Mail carriers are like the people who work for posters, for DHL. Your work is to deliver mail to different houses. Sorting clerks. Sorting clerks are people who are mostly put in warehouses that sort people's orders. They are early childhood educators. So if you're an ECD teacher or an early childhood teacher, Lithuania is currently looking for you. There's engineering jobs, there's nursing jobs. Definitely, you guys know, every time a company says they have, or they have in demand, very high in demand jobs, nursing jobs will always be open. So there is nursing job, and there's also social work job, and not to forget, definitely the agricultural sector, which is mostly crop production, animal rearing, fruit picking, and packing, and flower cutting. A lot of food that we actually consume from around Europe, a good number of it comes from Lithuania. I'm in the UK, and I'll go to the supermarket to buy groceries, and you'll see fruits here and there coming from Lithuania. Most of the jobs in Lithuania are actually handled by foreigners and foreign workers. Reason because Lithuania is known to have a very high aging population, meaning the old people cannot work, and also the population is not quite high. And some of the Lithuania citizens are always leaving Lithuania to go look for jobs in other places. Remember, Lithuania is in the EU. What is it called? It is in the EU zone, European Union, so they're allowed to work in other countries. The upside, or the benefit of you as a foreigner moving to Lithuania, is that once you live or once you work in Lithuania for 1 year, you can apply for the EU Blue Card. I have talked about the EU Blue Card here again when I was talking about the opportunities in Italy. The EU Blue Card, once you get the EU Blue Card, you can move in the 28 European Union countries, And with the 28, in the 28 countries, you can work without you needing any work permit or any visa sponsorship. That is why I'm saying, guys, if you're very open to looking for other places or to just migrate fast, then you'll figure out your way. Then Lithuania should be a choice, because you move to Lithuania, work for 1 year, apply for your EU blue card. Then after 1 year, once you get your EU blue card, you can move to other EU countries. And the 28 EU countries under the European Union, to just name a few, is Germany, France, Italy, Switzerland, Sweden, Finland, Austria. Everything around EU mostly is around the European Union. So someone is going to ask, what is the average salary of people in Lithuania? As I said, it is not quite high, and that is because also the cost of living in Lithuania, as I said yesterday about Malta, it is quite low compared to other big or larger countries, and their minimum wage is around 650 euros. Someone is going to ask me, will that be enough? And the question is yes, because around a rent average for 1 bedroom is around 200 euros. So you're left with around 450 euros to manage yourself. And also abroad, there is something called shared accommodation, where you get housed, the two of you, and you can share that way to minimize your cost of living, mostly for people who come here as single. That way you minimize your expenses, and that way you're also left with something substantial to save. So now that we know or have discussed about the very high in demand jobs in Lithuania, let us talk about the two different visas. There is the type 1 or the type A visa that allows you to move to Lithuania in only 90 days. So the processing times of this visa is 15 working days. So once you apply and you give all your paperwork to the embassy, in 15 working days, you'll have your visa or your answer. And this visa will get you to Lithuania, and you are supposed to stay in Lithuania for 90 days. That is when you're looking for work. That means if in under 3 months, if you have not gotten work, you are supposed to go back home. But again, I tell people, if you know you're a not picky person, within 1 month or few weeks of you getting to these countries, you'll be able to secure some things to start. Remember, it is not picking something to stay there for 1 year. Just pick something that you can start, and while you're working, you can get something else to move. And this is because these countries are not have not put very stringent measures on you having to stay in one company for 1 year. Actually, in countries like Lithuania and Poland, you realize unless you came with an agent, you can move from one place to another. And that is why, guys, I tell you sometimes, and I discourage you to work with agents, because agents will tie you down to employers because of the kind of money that the employers pay the agents. Remember, when you're giving agent money, also the agent is getting some commission from the employer, and that commission is getting from the employer is giving the employer power over you. So you'll find in these countries you're moving, the agent will make an employer to tie you down to a contract for 1 or 2 years. But when you do, or you use these routes on yourself and do all the applications, you are able and you have the liberty to move from one place to another. I want to go through everything, then we can go to the comment section and discuss everything. So that is the type A visa. The type D visa will allow you to move with your family. The type A visa does not allow you to move with your family. Reason, because it is just a period of 3 months, and it is not very feasible for you to move with your family. The type D visa allows you to move to Lithuania with your family while you're looking for work. If you ask me, it is a very huge gamble, but to some extent, if you're a risk taker, you can go for it. This type D visa makes you stay in Lithuania for 1 year while you're looking for work. So remember, the type A was 90 days, which is 3 months. The type D is 1 year. The cost for both of them, the type A visa and the type D visa, is 120 euros for you to apply for this visa. So remember, type A, you're not allowed to move with your family. Type D, you can move with your family. The only thing, or the things that are required for you to be able to move to Lithuania under these type of visas, you need to show proof of accommodation, meaning that the time that you'll be in Lithuania looking for work or actually living there, you'll be able to provide accommodation for yourself. And the way you do that is maybe go online, look for an Airbnb, and book maybe 1 month or 2 months stays while you're there looking for work. Another thing is you need to have travel insurance, or what we call health insurance. And the reason why this is very essential, and each country will always ask you for this even when you're going as a tourist, is because when you go to these countries, you're not entitled to use their free healthcare systems. So they need you to have an international travel insurance that is mostly around anywhere between 200 USD to 400 USD. Another thing is you need at least to have 2,000 euros in your bank account to show that for the time you will be there, you will be able to take care of yourself in terms of food, in terms of accommodation, in terms of transport, in terms of providing for yourself. So that is what you require for you to apply for the type A visa and for the type D visa. Type A visa, you cannot move with your family. It is 90 days. Type D visa, you can move with your family. It is 1 year, and both of them, you can pay 120 euros. So before we go to, because I want to now share with you where you can get jobs in Lithuania, the kind of websites you can get these jobs, let me go through for the sake of the people who came. I said the very in high demand jobs in Lithuania are mail carriers. These are people who work for the poster, mail deliveries, DHL, sorting clerks, people who sort things in the warehouse, um, early childhood educators, anyone who has done ECD, anyone who is a childminder, teachers, engineering, nursing, social workers, and agricultural industry. Agricultural is anything around crop production, animal production, fruit picking, fruit packing, and flower cutting. So someone is going to ask me, is this opportunity open to anyone? And yes, there's no age limit. The only cap is you have to be between 18 years to infinity. So if you know you're 70, if you know you're 80 and you want to work, then you do not worry, nobody is leaving you out. Another question I'm going to ask is English proficiency test. The answer is you do not need any to move to Lithuania. Lithuania's second language is English, so you are good to go. Nobody is going to actually worry about your English proficiency test and anything to do with the English language. I want to take any question right now before I share with you the job sites that you can search for the jobs, and we will be done for the day. So if you have any questions, the floor is open. I am more than willing to answer your questions. Guys, please ask questions, and if you do not ask questions, I'll assume that we're on the same page and I will continue. Hi, Barbie. Yes, this is Lithuania. Yvette Banda, you're welcome. Roslyn, hello, Candy. Roslyn today came late. I am fine. Hi, ma'am. This is another mother of mine here. Hi, Anne. Hi, Roslyn. Roslyn is saying it's a good deal. For me, if you ask me, any country that is allowing you to move there and look for employment while you're there is a very, very good deal, if you ask me. Anne is saying you've already answered mine. I am Matsawane from South Africa. Hello. Guys, are we on the same page? If there is no question, can you guys drop a yes? And then maybe I could now start writing for you the websites where you'll get the job. I'll also share with you guys the government website where you can go read about these kind of visas, and also where you can find employers that will give you visa sponsorship if in case you do not want to go to this route, because still there are employers who are willing always to give you visa sponsorship in these countries. Jay is saying we are together. Can you guys now allow me to give you the places where you will find these jobs? The first website is called Work in Lithuania. Work in Lithuania. Work in Lithuania. Remember, this is the point where you screenshot or write all the websites, because after this it will be very hard for you to assess the kind of information again. The other one is vcderby.com. There's work in Lithuania. There's vcderby.com. There's total jobs. There's total jobs. There's eures.europa.eu. There's that last one I cannot honestly be able to pronounce. Guys, I also forgot to add, I have just seen my notes here. Also, there is in the place, in the high in demand jobs, there is also admins and sales careers. So if you're an admin, administrator, if you're in sales, also you're in the category of the very in high demand jobs in Lithuania. So I've sent 1, 2, 3, 4 websites where you can find jobs in Lithuania if you do not want to go through the route of this visa. But with this visa, you just do the application. I have put the it's called use.europa.eu. You'll find all the information that is required for you from the government for this visa. Also, the Work in Lithuania website is explaining everything you need to know about this visa. Other than that, the website is for you to look for jobs. Maybe if you want to move to Lithuania, but you do not want to use this route, in the case of where you want to get an employer to sponsor you. I have genuinely exhausted everything I wanted to share. Mercy, I said yes, there is a proof of fund which you have to show of anywhere around 1,000 euros. I did share that when I was talking about accommodation, health insurance, 1,000 euros. I shared that. When I was saying you need to show at least 1,000 euros for you to be able to show that is proof of fund, to show that for the time that you'll be there, you have, or you'll be able to take care of yourself. Remember, guys, as I said, in these countries, it is very hard for you even to move or to get your visa, your tourist visa, if you do not have proof of funds and your health insurance. Because in the case of an emergency, what is going to happen to you? Because the country does not want to use its resources on a tourist. And remember also, if you come to these countries under these visas, you're not already paying their taxes. So the countries honestly do not, literally, they do not want to use their money on you because you are not paying taxes there. Hi Joanne, you're late, but you'll catch up. So guys, unless you have any other questions, I think we are okay. Tomorrow I'll be sharing something good from Canada, a very good one that will get you PR also in 1 year. It is a new program, and I know it is going to suit a lot of people who are eyeing Canada. I hope in the coming also few days I'll get suggestions on anything else. Yes, Ray, on accommodation, hotel reservations paper to show to the embassy. Yes. Actually, mostly I tell people when you're doing accommodations, you book for maybe 2 or 3 days and you do not confirm. You just need to, that way, to be able to show the paperwork to the embassy that you have booked accommodation. Because if you booked like technically and they do not give you the visa, what happens to your money? Yeah, guys, please, can you ask me questions? The health insurance, you just go to, there are different health providers in your countries, and most of them are, what are they called? Most of them are, some of them are international and some of them are local. So you look for the insurance companies in your country that are international or offer international coverage. Then you'll tell them the purpose of where you're going, for how long you're going, and they'll advise the best package for you to take. So it's just like the normal insurance that you'll get in your country, but this one is a universal insurance, which is mostly offered by most of the big insurance companies in our countries. No, these, Josephine, you have been crying a lot about nanny jobs, and I am really quiet about that because they are not opportunities that come quite most of the time. And unless I get something that is coming up, I know I've shared about nanny jobs in USA here before, but I really do share about that when they come up, because they're not things that come up a lot of the time. What time do you usually come online live? This is something that I started last week, and I am hoping I'll be able to continue. It is anywhere between 4 p.m., 5 p.m. Central European time. It will depend with your timeline. I think Nigeria it's around 5 or 6 p.m. Kenya it's around 7 or 8 p.m. Somewhere around that time. So it depends with where you're watching from. But I'm sure Nigeria will be 5 p.m. and Kenya it will be 7 p.m. If I'm not wrong, guys, if I'm wrong, kindly correct me. Every day, each and every day, including Saturdays and Sunday. Do these jobs help with the cost of flight ticket? No, the answer is no. When you're getting or when you're applying to go to these countries under the job seeker visa or the visitor visa or such visas where you move to look for work on yourselves, you provide actually everything for yourself. That is the downside of it. I was talking about Lithuania, and I am done. Prince Will, you're saying, I am not understanding what you're saying. But if you need visa sponsorship jobs, I've shared a lot here before, even over the last 1 week. You can catch up on other videos, and you'll be able to see other opportunities. There are people I'm not seeing today. I do not know if they disappeared. Some of the people are not commenting. Guys, if you have any question, whether related to this or any other question, you can shoot it and I'll see if I'll be able to help you and to answer. Yeah, so each and every day at whatever time you're watching me from, whatever time you joined today, if you joined on time, if there's no other question, remember, guys, to ask me any question. My email address is jocelyncareercoaching@gmail.com. Let me write it for the last time. jocelyncareercoaching@gmail.com. If you have any question, if you have any touchy issue, if you want any help with my paid services, um, you can get me there. Thank you so much, Anne, for the blessings. I really do appreciate. Guys, if there's no other question, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a very good night. Be safe, keep safe, be kind to one another. And tomorrow, let's talk about other opportunities in Canada. And I hope at least tomorrow it will be lively. Today, people have been very quiet, but I know it's a Monday. People are still on the weekend mood. I will now end the live and see you tomorrow.